Hello YouTubers. Today for part 2, all we're going to do is work on a hand grip for this black and blue stick that we made last week. This is going to be dedicated just to this wrap, so there's going to be a lot more to it than what my normal wraps have been, but it's going to be different, and I think you're going to like it real well. So stay tuned, let's get right with it and get to wrap. I'm going to start it back here, and the handle is up this direction toward me, and we're going to do a clove hitch here. You go straight over the top, common little old clove hitch, go around twice and come back up here, and then we'll put this one underneath here. There we go. That's just a simple little clove hitch that we got, and I'm going to tape that up there just to get it out of the way for a little bit. And I'm going to use this painter's tape, just a little piece of that, and wrap that thing around so it stays down kind of out of the way for a little bit. We don't have to wrap it even around the stick. Just let it go down to where you can grab it and take it off there real handy. But now I've got that clove hitch going around like that, you see. Now let me push this down. I want to get down there to where you can see this end. Now I'm going to have to move the camera back just a little bit. Now I think we got a view of the whole thing. Now what I want you to do is hold this up with your right hand, stick your left hand under this, and you go up to this end. Want to go twice. We want to go over here and stick the head of it down in there. So we end up with the thing looking like this. That's important. Now I'm going to repeat that so you can see, but I'm going to pull this up tight. This gives us a big knot, and it's important to work it and get the first one tight, and I've got that tight, and it's locking this in every time. Now what I say is come up under here, grab this with your right hand. Said left hand, didn't I? Anyway, stick that with your right hand and go over like this. And then I want the head of your stick to go in there like this, which just gives us a loop in that like this as you go back. Now you can tighten that down again. It'll be easier after you get it started, trust me. Pull that up tight. Again, go under that with your right hand, come up here, and we could easily slip it down over like that, and that's going to give you a smaller spiral. But we want to go around all the way over, stick that like this. And again, look at that. You have it right if you have it in a loop like that. Now, don't worry about the end of it. Just come over here and get it tight again. Okay, there we go. Now bring right hand under, turn it over like this to make a loop, and go all the way over the end of that stick. That's going to come back and put you a loop like this. That's what it should look like. And then just pull it up this way and go right on down and get it tight again. Right hand under there, turn it over, and just pull that loop up there. And I want you to look for this looped in together like this. That's what I want you to look for. If it's like that, you're right. If it's not, you got something wrong, but now hold that knot and keep on going around. It's going to follow around to the left, but just keep on reaching, holding your rope up with your left hand, taking your right hand under it, making your loop, and make this loop go back over your stick like this. Look for that familiar little loop in it right there. And then we just tighten it up. I want to make sure that little end stays under that one end. See how this little pigtail got out from under there. You don't want that. That's why I'm stopping to show you. You want to make sure this should have been under this loop. So we'll have to loosen up on this a little bit. You want to put that under that loop each time. Now after you get it past that, you won't have to worry about this no more. Get under there, make that loop, and go twice. Just put it right over there, and look for that little loop again, right there, and just keep going. And you'll see that big fancy knot just going right on around your stick. Ever so nice. See what we're looking at? That's a big spiral knot that's going around that now. It's not just a faint little circle around it. It looks like a knot looped together, winding all around the stick. It'll be a shallow curve, and it'll be worth your trouble. Now, since this stick has got all kind of crooks and turns in it, it wants to roll around on quite a bit, and it actually don't take as long to do this as it does to videotape one. But I'm wanting to make sure you got this knot right. Hold this with your left hand. Make sure you don't bring your stick up on this side of the stick. Make sure it's coming around over the top of the stick all the time. Hold it with your left hand and hold it with this. And then we come back over here, and we want to loop it completely over and under. And each time, look and make sure you got that end in a loop. That's what it looks like. Looks kind of funny. Now, after you get that right, you can pull it around any way you want to, just so you get it tight. And we'll pull that down again. And let's see how it turns. Okay, I think you got the hang of it right now. I'm gonna get to show you one more time, and then I'm gonna cut this camera off. Take your right hand, turn it over. You got this big loop here. You want that twist again and go around the end of your stick. Get familiar with looking at that end and see how that's kind of going to a double kind of loop right there. And that twist is how you get it. You go back over pull the cord over this way, and then just follow around to where that knot is. It'll want to get up to that knot before it tightens, or at the end of that spiral. And you get to the end of that spiral and just tighten it up again. And we'll keep on doing that all the way down. I'll be back when I get to the end of it, get this all wrapped where I want it, and I'll show you how I'm tying the wrist strap at the end. So here is where we got the last part of this wrap. And at the end of this, we're not going to go around anymore. Swirl comes up this way and around, and they're pretty well even here now. So I'm going to pull about 2 foot up this way. You can't see it all. I got it right here. And then I'm going to cut it off right there. Well, that should be enough for the wrist strap. And what I want to do next is real simple. I want to just tie a knot in the thread right there. Just tie a knot and slide it. Make sure the knot comes down tight against this where this comes out. Just keep working with it till you get that knot way down there to that point to where it just almost looks like another knot. Now that locks that in there to where that don't back up. You see, you got that twist coming out, and you got a real tight knot there. Swirls all the way around, comes back and stops right there, and it won't come undone anymore. Okay, now that leaves you with this whole strap here. I use my finger here so you can see it here, and it leaves enough loop. We went around there 3 times and pull that out, put that end right back through all 3 of those loops, and you work with it down then to get that tightened up on there. Makes kind of interesting knot there, but that'll slip up and down then, see. I'm gonna leave just 1.5 to 2 inches sticking out, entirely decorative idea here. Pull that out, and then I'll get the torch and we'll torch the end of that. Melt the little ball on the end of that. That'll kind of fuse it together. I'll use some touching it, but you can flatten it out a little bit there if you want. It still leaves it black to match the rest of it. I think that about does it. Let's get the camera moved around now and get a quick review. I think we may be finished. Well, here we are with another finished stick. Let's take a close up and talk about what we did here a little bit. See the end of that ball on there? Now, I took quite a bit of time with this, and to make this match, I coated the inside of it first with black and blue, let it dry first, and then I filled the mold up. If you missed that, go back and watch it. Process is there, explained fairly good, I think. Now this here, you can see this stick. I don't know if we can get a close up of that or not, but that's got black or blue streaks all the way through it. You can see the wood showing through just a little bit, but it goes all the way down the stick. That black and blue, I think it's just real nice. And I showed you a new knot, that's new for me. That's how to create this real heavy spiral that goes around. It looks like there's a separate rope, but that's all one piece. And it's all pushed up tight together, and you can push it up as you went along, but that's got plenty of room for the grip. The wrist strap, a little different, it goes right on there like that. Let's take a look at that now. That comes to about a comfortable height on your chin right there to rest your chin on. Plenty of room to cut off if it's a little too long for you. We're coming up on the 10,000 subscribers, and there is going to be a 10,000 subscriber giveaway. And I'm going to announce that probably next week, because we're coming up. By that time, we're going to have 10,000. We don't quite have 10,000 today, but we will by next Sunday. And I'll announce the secret word sometime in the video like I always do. You just use that in a comment then. Your name will be in the hat for the drawing. Well, be sure and tune in next Sunday to get your name in the hat for a walking stick. And I appreciate all my subscribers. I want to thank you very much. Wouldn't be possible without you. Coming up on 10,000 subscribers, I think that's quite a lot for this year. And I want to give my sincere thanks to subscribers and my viewers. Spread the word with your friends and help this channel grow by subscribing. Thanks for the prayers that went out for my wife, Susan. She's holding her own pretty good, seems to be responding to the treatment. I think it's about time to tell you that I'll see you in the next video.